halfway through the holidays. We're going to take it nice and easy today, super cozy. We're going to do another workout based on releasing tension through our body. We've been doing a lot of hard work through the series, and every time we add tension, we need a lot of intentional practice on how to take that away. That is also a skill that has to be learned. So get nice and cozy today, and let's start on your back. And let's build stability for your hypermobility. All right, start on your back. Find a cozy position. Tuck your shoulder blades under. Hips gently side to side. Take a couple of deep breaths. So notice where maybe you're holding tension today. So a lot of people often hold a lot of tension in their neck and shoulders anyways. Sometimes that's related to decreased blood flow in the area if you also have dysautonomia, and sometimes there's a muscular component, or why not both? Again, for this one, I'm not going all the way down. We're keeping it really gentle. What I'm noticing right now is really a lot of tension kind of where my neck meets my mid-back. So what we're going to focus on is a little bit of gentle traction today. Please keep in mind that people respond all sorts of different ways to this. I am one person in a hypermobile body, and that even if these are hypermobile specific or things that I can do, it doesn't mean that it's going to work for your hypermobile body. So always listen to your own body. Traction takes joints and separates them a little bit. Sometimes this can feel really good when we're chronically tense and compressed. For people that are really hypermobile, some people can't tolerate that separation because part of what you need is that stability, that kind of glue together. So just keep in mind that today is going to be focused on creating space. You may or may not need that space. I noticed that I have a pretty good protective system where when I get tight, I really go into lockdown. And so by creating a little lengthening, it hurts for a moment and then it feels better. That's the type of response that is okay in general. If it's ever it hurts and it still hurts, then this one is not for you, and you can focus on your breathing, or at least learn about some of these things. So like we learned earlier in the series, we're going to do our neck traction first. So you're going to make a cup. Decide which side you need it. So maybe it's both sides, but for me, my right side is always the one that gets locked up. So I'm going to take my head slightly to the left. My shoulder blade is still tucked under. I'm going to make my little cup. I'm going to scoot that under my neck. I'm basically going to push up towards the ceiling, and I'm just kind of pulling the skin. So up towards the ceiling, pull the skin back behind me, and slightly to the opposite direction. So I'm trying to open up my right side, so my head's going to the left. I scoop up towards the ceiling, try to keep my neck relaxed, pull up towards my head and slightly to the left, and then try to relax into this. I got a really wonderful pull and pop in the kind of where my neck meets my mid-back. Don't be afraid to start pretty low. So I'm going to start really low and then come up to where that meets my neck. Got another good pop. That was great. And then we're trying to relax everything else other than what's pulling. And the easiest thing would be to have somebody actually pull in your head. If you have Chiari malformation, then this one is also not going to be for you. I'm going to go ahead and do the other way. So we're going to come here, come under, pull the skin up, rotate a little, and then pull up. So you can see I'm not turned all the way. Turned a little bit, and then we're pulling the nerves and the tissues up just a little bit. Trying to relax down into it. This is different from like coming here and torquing and stretching. Little bit of stretch, like really minor, pull the skin. Okay, that's one option that I like to do all throughout the day. Other one, we're gonna just kind of create a neck here. So you can cross your fingers depending on how hypermobile your fingers are. You're gonna create a shelf here where the base of your skull, so feel behind your neck. You will find if you start low in your neck and you move up, there's a certain point where it's going to be soft tissue, skin, 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 and then you hit a bone, like right where your skull starts, all across the back. Feel it on both sides. Bone right behind your ears. That's your skull. We want that to rest on our shelf. So if we make kind of a cup, you can interlock your fingers. You're going to come behind, pull really around your neck, and then pull up where you get to the shelf. Barely pull the shelf up and breathe. So once I found it, this one takes a lot of practice. Once I found it, I actually felt a pull in my low back. And if that happens to you, that's that dural tension, that tension all the way through the spine. Keep this one really, really gentle. If you get any dizziness, not for you. Again, I'm feeling it in my low back. Not everyone's going to feel that there. I'm literally just around my neck, kind of squeezing in, resting on the shelf. It's okay if you don't feel a whole lot. All right, we're going to grab here. Let's glide these nerves a little. Look up a couple degrees, not back behind you. Stay looking up towards the ceiling. Point, flex, up a couple inches. Let's go back and forth here. Continue taking those deep breaths. And switch behind the knee. Up. Whew. Feeling it on that side. Don't look up too high. All right, little break. Straighten those legs. Go ahead and do whatever neck stretch you want. I'm going to do the one to open up my right side. Okay. The next thing is, again, if this is not going to be for everybody, I have learned that the best way that I can get traction is to lean over the side of the couch. You want to be really gentle and supported with this. I'm going to actually hang off my treatment table. So, big disclaimer here that this is not for everybody. Oh, that was my knee popping. You want to make sure your chest is supported. And then you're just going to slowly let your head come down and just notice if you feel anything. When my head comes down, I feel a pulling here in my low back, and it starts to travel up to my mid back. It feels tight, a little bit uncomfortable, but it feels like it's going to be a productive pull. I'm going to breathe into that. Come back up. This takes a lot of intentional allowing yourself to let go. And you're not going to be here immediately. You may just need to practice like that progressive muscle relaxation we worked on, where you are slowly, intentionally relaxing muscle. So my neck's not way up here, my neck's not way down here. I'm just supported, I'm on my forearms, and then I'm just literally relaxing. My hands are still kind of holding onto the side. If you feel nothing, wonderful. Just focus on your deep breaths. Do not let your head hang. It is a controlled traction. I am going to gradually come down. That's different from here. I'm going to gradually bend. More so at my mid-back, really. I'm not really bending at my neck a lot. I again just feel a pretty intense pull in my low back. That's just for me. I have a lot of tension throughout my whole spine. I am not dizzy. I'm not getting a headache. If things like that happen, this is not for you. And then as I've noticed I'm loosening up, I'm just going to kind of support my head in my arms and allow myself to hang a little bit. It's pretty intense, but it feels good. I find that here's the couch arm. If you sort of support yourself and lean just over the couch arm where you're supported, that is a version that works really well for me. Little postural headache getting up. Take your time getting up. Change my mind. We're going to sit. We're going to find the back of the shoulder here, down the side of the shoulder blade. And we're going to give yourself a little hug. And you're just going to massage this area. You'll know when you're on it. There will be a point. It might be the back of your shoulder around here. Whew, I feel that one. It might be farther back here. You can also take a yoga ball, like a lacrosse ball or a tennis ball, and just kind of set it against the wall and lean into it. Little massage. I know you can probably reach it, just don't overstretch your shoulder blades. And let's do a little on the other side. You'll know when you find it. When you get in a tight point, those nice deep breaths. I just like to walk my fingers around. Woo! Found it. Be really gentle. And once we lengthen that, I like to do some form of overhead reach. Something active anytime we do something passive. Roll those shoulders gently back, right? We're keeping it like middle range. Like if your shoulders can go in a full circle, we're doing a baby circle inside the big circle. Even smaller than what you're doing. And forward. Backward again. Reach up towards the ceiling with your spine, not with your shoulders, with your spine. And take a break. Let me know how it feels. Does traction feel good for you? Does traction not feel good for you? Let me know in the comments and let me know what you learned about your body today. And I will see you tomorrow.